We are live. Tonight's episode is not gonna be good evening, ladies and gentlemen. What's up, guys? It's 7:15 on a Tuesday night, and you know what time it is, boys and girls. That's right, it's Tackle Talk. Oh my goodness, you guys, what is new? What has been going on? Let's see who's hanging out in the Heezy this easy. All right, let's see. Pow, pow. Oh, hold on. Whoops. Let's give that a second. Hold on. Your boy Beards has been, I've been doing it today, boys and girls. I don't know if you noticed. All right, there's that. Let's move this over yonder here. Oh, come on. We're doing it live. You know what I'm saying? We're doing it live. That's not it. How about this one? No, what the? All right, hold on. Let's get off that thing. All right, that was crazy. What in the world is really going on, you guys? Goodness, man, that's crazy, huh? Hold on. Oh, all right, hold on. One more second. I am just, woohoo, get it, Beards. Do it live, buddy. Do it live. That's the best way to do it. You know what I'm saying? All right. And we are here. All right. Shout out. Who we got in the house tonight? Who was first? Kristen J, followed by Maddie Gonzalez, Mark Pappas, Robert Sharp, Shawanda, Mark Barnhart. You guys, welcome. Pam in Wonderland, Greg Ellis. What's going on, guys? What are you guys doing, man? What's new? What's good? What have you guys been doing? I'll tell you what I'm doing. I went fishing today. I don't know if you guys know it or not, but we had us a little moment there. We all did. We all hung out. We all had a couple of moments today. You guys learned a little bit more about me. How's the audio, guys? Is it too much? Am I coming in hot? Am I too high? Amen, brother. For those of you guys that took me, went with me fishing today, dude, I hope you guys had a good time, man. We went to a new lake. We talked about all kinds of stuff. We had karaoke. We had, the list goes on. We met new people. We hung out with new people. That was, Tracy, what's going on? Tracy made it. Yeah, Pam, did you hear? I cut my knuckle off. You could see it. It's right there. That little, see that? Hold on. Let's do it like this. I'll show you guys. All right, you guys, look. You see that right there? Look at that. As I bend, it gets bigger. It's all the way across the, it's a perfect play symbol. It's a YouTube play symbol. That's going to be a scar. That's going to be a scar just like that on my YouTube play symbol. Speaking of YouTube play symbol, I'm not going to show you tonight. We're going to wait till next week because I think next week is more important. We got some subs tonight, guys. Some people come and sub to the channel and hung out. I wish some of those guys would be in the chat right now because we met. What's up, Wolf Angel? We met some really cool guys out on the dock today. They were laughing, having a good time. Hey, you're a YouTuber? I said, yeah, I'm a YouTuber, man. He said, oh, what's your channel? And I told him the channel, and you guys were all hanging out, and he's like, yeah, I'm gonna check it out. And his buddy looks over, he's like, he's live right now. I said, I told you all that. I said, nah, I'm out here live streaming. Like, yep. You know what I mean? So for those of you guys that didn't see that, part 1 and part 2, if y'all want to go fishing, is up. I got to put episode, I think that's like 11 or something, or 11 and 12. I'm not quite sure. Every time you bend it, though, yeah, amen. You know what I'm saying? That's where I'm at, Pam. That's the key, okay? Something's going to pull on it, baby, every time I leave the house. Every time I leave the house. Hey, you guys, here, hit this commercial real quick. Hold on. I got to take this. Oh, what's that? You noticed? My fishing gloves? No, those are cool. Yeah, those are the new Heathen Squad socks, for sure, folks. I'll tell you, my fishing day couldn't get any better. I got my gloves, and I got my socks. HeathenSquad.com.
What's up, everybody? Hopefully today we catch some giants. You know it's fishing, bro. You never know how it's gonna go. Undisclosed location unless he's already said it. But this place has been known to produce 8s, 9s, 11s. Yeah, I mean, dude, they're out here, so we'll see what happens.
And guess what, guys? I wore my lucky fishing socks.
Socks on too, buddy. HeathenSquad.com. Get yourself some. It makes you fish better. I don't know what the science is behind it, but if you wear these socks, these HeathenSquad.com socks, you could probably catch yourself a couple tanks. It's in the science. Trust the science, right?
At least a 30% increase in your average, but that's not typical, but it happens.
Oh my God, you guys. Sorry about that. I had to take a call. It was my little man. He just got home. He was on a little ski vacation. He's a good kid. He wanted to call me back, and I told him he could, so he made it home. I'm really proud of him. Sorry, guys. I just realized, man, like I look scruffy. Oh, man. I don't know when that video cut out, but boy, let me tell you something. The Pearl took off at like a fast 80. You know what I'm saying? And no, I was doing like 56 in the back channel, man. When I realized that, I was like, ooh. And then I looked down, y'all were already gone. Maddie was like, we're losing you, Beards. And I'm thinking, dude, it don't matter if you lose me or not. You know what? Okay, so hold on. Before we even get started today, boys and girls, let's do this. Let's talk about this. Okay, let's talk about this. Now, guys, listen. People tease me about the face shield, okay? I know. It looks cheesy. Whatever, dude. You know what I'm saying? You wear glasses and a hat, that's cool. When I ride, I wear a face shield. I don't have a windshield on my boat. And today, of all days, I had a grasshopper stick in the vent in the face shield, dude, that somehow, as I was flying through the channel at like 54 miles an hour, I'm not kidding, dude, my boat's getting real fast, and it usually gets real fast right before the engine goes, but I think I've done all my work, so I think everything's going good. But I was flying through those channels, and you guys didn't really realize how fast we were going. But man, this grasshopper hit me right, I felt thud, I was like, and there was grasshopper vomit on my face, dude. I was like, are you kidding me, man? Thank God for the face shield. I bought Buddy one of them face shields too. You need to start wearing that thing when you go out, man. And it's got sunglasses, polarized sunglasses built into it, so it's worth every bit. I'm telling you right now, it sounds stupid, but a face shield's the way to go if you're rolling out on the boat. Yeah, Tracy, that's what I said, a grasshopper. What you don't realize is if you weren't out there on the live, I couldn't go live on the way out, which I kind of knew was going to kill the signal as soon as I got into the back channel. So that was cool. Then this way there's no evidence if I did anything that would be constituted as illegal. But no, I hope you guys enjoyed today, man. I like going through the GoPro. I think the color profile is just so much better through the GoPro. And I like being able to engage with you guys, but I didn't realize how strong the signal was on that lake. We're going to go back there, guys. So tonight we're going to be talking about something really cool, man. We're going to be talking about how do I break down a new lake. And I know you guys remember this. So let's just, before we even get started, let's see if any of you guys remember this. And you guys remember this? You guys remember doing this, don't you? When we pulled up the phone and we like went and did stuff like this and we really looked at the topography of the lake. You know what I'm saying? You guys remember doing this? Well, we're going to do this again tonight, boys and girls. That is right. We're going to be doing that again this evening. We're going to be breaking down the lake. We're going to be talking about where we were today. I'm going to show you guys with the Navionics Plus map, which is the system that both my phone and my head unit are hooked up to. We're going to look at some of the stuff that got pointed out today and see if it did its transition. I don't think it did. I don't think it transitioned to the phone right away because I was using the phone as a hotspot. And the reason I had it as a hotspot is because I was running the GoPro to make today's YouTube video. We went live. We went fishing live. That's a lot of fun, you guys. I appreciate you guys hanging out, man. I really, really do. It makes me feel good about myself. Fishing while working was great. I appreciate that, Brandy. I want to know how big that fish was. Shawanda, what fish you talking about? That's not this week's episode, Shawanda. That's not this week's episode. This week's episode, we're going to be talking about breaking down a new lake. I want to be able to put that video together, Shawanda. If I can give you guys a little teaser, let's do that. Let's get a little teaser. We're not unveiling the YouTube plaque yet, Jeff. I'm making you wait till next week, too, because it's a big deal, man. This is a momentous occasion, okay? Momentous occasion. As you guys can see, I am still in the same clothes that we went fishing in. I have yet to shower. I got home. My better half already had dinner made for me. Fantastic. I mistyped when I was typing to her and sending her because I was stopped at a light and the light turned green. I didn't proofread my text and I hit send. I told her I'd be home at 5. What I meant is I'm going to leave at 5. So I won't be home until... what I meant to say was I'll be home at 6, basically. Because in my mind, 5 o'clock, like if you guys were there, you know, last cast was 4:55, and what do you know? Last cast caught a fish. Oh, what a day we had, you guys. What a stinky day. Like, just dinks. But we saw some really cool stuff, did we not? One in the chat if you went fishing with me today and you saw some really cool stuff. I believe I showed you guys the bait school. I showed you guys match the hatch. I showed you guys a couple of little bass that were schooling up that bait and putting it into big circles and then attacking it. We saw like a 5-foot alligator gar that was cruising across the surface. If you guys got a chance to see that, I was like holding the video out there. You guys got a chance to see what the graph looks like, where I showed you where individual fish are laying and then pulled one of them out of there, but it was a dink, of course. You know how that goes. Hashtag Dinkslayer. So guys, I am trying to figure out how to get this live data that I download into the computer to be able to show you guys. Sing more songs. That was Smiley Bat. I think you were there. I'm sorry. When I'm not using the GoPro, I didn't bring any of the media mods because I now use the GoPros in like a semi-waterproof version of GoPros. So with the media mods on, it leaves a little air gap in the side, and if there's any moisture in the air, it'll go right in behind the lens, and you won't be able to see me. But on the good days, where I know it's going to be beautiful, today I didn't know. I usually bring the media mods, and then I got little umbrellas that go off them. So, I mean, you're not cool unless you've got umbrellas. And today I brought the umbrellas, but I didn't utilize them on anything. We started the day going live from the phone. That was a nightmare because it instantly killed the phone when I had Navionics on in the background. So, let's do this. You guys ready to do this? I think we're going to have some fun. Anyway, back to what I was saying. I want to do a transfer from the unit disk into the computer. Oh my God! Oh, look at this! Oh, you guys, dude.
£10 flour smashing it with a $25. One day you'll get me. But today wasn't it. I sent my little cousin over for your last hookup. See you next time.
Thank you so much. A 10-pound bass crushing it again, man. You know what I'm saying? I sent my little cousin over on your last cast. Dude, I am telling you right now, let's get into this. Let's get into tonight's fun because I want to show you guys what I'm talking about. Mark, 10-pound bass, appreciate it. Mark Pappas, roger that, man. Smash that. What's up, Rocky? What are you doing, man? I appreciate that so much, dude. I really, really do. You guys, did you guys see how the Pearl ran today? I mean, not to get off topic, but did anybody see how, the Pearl was getting it, dude? There was no issue with getting on plane, baby. She rolled right up. She rolled right up and was outie 5K. You feel me, player? That thing is running like a champion. And like I said, it usually does that right before you blow the motor. But nonetheless, you know what I'm saying? That's me knocking on the woods there. Dog's going to flip out because he heard barking. All right, let's get into this. Let's do this. Let's get into this phone capture. All right, guys. Well, as you remember, today's adventure was a little-known lake called Lake Beauclair. Beauclair. And we took a trip today. And what's interesting is this is Little Lake Beauclair. As you guys can see right here, it says emergent vegetation. This is Lake Beauclair, guys. Right here. Now, this is Lake Dora. Okay, and you can put it in Lake Dora, and then you can go over here into, I forget the name of this lake over here, or this is just more Lake Dora, and then you can take that into Lake Beauclair. But I decided to put in all the way down here. Okay, and this is a little place called Gem something, right? I don't really know. But anyway, I rolled through there and then rolled all the way up this channel right here to the southwestern point of the lake. Okay, and for those of you guys that remember, the reason I want to show you guys on the topographical map what I'm doing is because remember I showed you guys how my how the side imaging worked today for targeting fish, right? And when we were doing what we were doing, but as I was trolling around, I was telling you guys that I want to go over here and I want to go over here, and there's a reason why. Now I'm going to show you guys on the topographical map the areas that I was today when I was hooking it up. Okay, because I know what you guys are thinking, like he's just sitting out in the middle of the lake and there is nothing out there. Okay, so where is that park? The park itself is in Howey in the Hills. It's down there, but this is not a park, map. This is a lake map, you know what I mean? So here we go, guys. So as we saw today, we ended up in this area right here, right off the bat. And this is that shallow area. So that was our 6 to 7-foot flats. As you guys see, there's a little 5 to 7 transition there. We didn't really do anything in there. But where we started our day, for you guys, just so you know, when we were singing songs and having a good time, we were working. See, you guys, we can go right in and look at docks, okay? We worked all these docks. We found a couple fish in this grass right here, okay? And then we found another fish in this grass off of this dock right here. And then all the way back here is where we were all hanging out. This is where we were all hanging out. 0 to 1 foot, you guys. This is where we watched the minnow school. This is when we watched all the other cool stuff, okay? But here's where we're at. We then came out of there, and I want to show you guys. Remember we were talking about these shelf walls? Look at this transition goes from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 foot. All right, now look at this distance, guys. You see how, oh, hold on. We went to green because I'm looking at vegetation. Okay. You see how these contour lines are so close together? This is a shelf. All right, when we came out of there, we fished this shelf area. All right, from there, we got out of the shallows and we came over here to this 3-4 foot plain area. You guys remember that? Oh, okay. We came down to this 3-4 foot plain area. Then we saw Buddy over here, and this is where we went live. When I went live with you guys was right about this point right here. You guys didn't see anything that occurred. Well, no, this is the second time we went live. We went live over here. So, first time we went live from right here at the mouth. But then when I said I wanted to check a few areas, guys, we trolled all the way across the lake to this area right here. Now, I'm going to zoom back. All right, what I want to show you guys is notice this darker color area here where the blue gets darker blue and then it goes to light, from light to dark to light. These dark shaded areas are your shelf areas. Now, you guys remember when we got out there, I said, I'm looking for something in this area. What I did is I pulled into this area right here, you guys, into this 9 to 10 transition, okay? 8, 9, 9, 10. And the reason I did that is because you've got, I look at it like this. And I don't know how true this is. So we're going to talk about this, and we'll see what you guys think too, okay? Here, let's talk about this. There are fish that are deep offshore fish that live their entire lives deep and offshore. They only travel the shallows in the event of spawning, and from that point on, they are back to the deeps. Now, what we talked about a little bit today is no matter what I do driving over the top of these fish, if they're down at the bottom of this 10 foot, they are not in any way, shape, or form disturbed by what I'm doing up top. Okay, they're not at all. Unless you can get a bait down on them, these fish have no idea what's going on above them. They really don't. They're not really paying attention to it. They've got their own foraging. They've got, be sure to click all messages, Jerry's. Oh, yeah, no, yeah, thanks, Jerry. Appreciate it. How you doing, buddy? Like I was saying, what's cool about it is these fish are I want to say they're hungry, you know, and what I mean by that is they might not have as many experiences with artificial baits as you may think. So the opportunity to get bit in areas like this, it's a much higher than those fish that are used to getting beat on the banks. And fish are smart, man. When they start seeing the same presentation a couple, 3 times, they might just wander off, especially right now. We saw a lot of really timid fish today. We did see that. You guys couldn't see what I was seeing, but I could see see it. So that was, they were not disturbed by my singing. None of it. That's what I'm saying, Brandy. I sat there singing songs, and you guys were there with that. I appreciate that. We had a good time. We were singing songs. We were having a couple of real moments. We had almost a dude wipe issue. We're golden, though. Everything's fine. But at the same time, man, we had a really good time today. We discovered a little bit about a new lake. So let me show you guys what we did. So remember when I said I wanted to find that deep area? I went right in here to this 12 foot, and on this wall, you guys, you notice this, right? 6 to 12 foot. Now the distance in that 6 to 12 foot isn't very far. And we did that. We found an area, a couple of areas right around this 8-9 where there was what I thought was structure. Now these lines aren't as close together as I want them to be, but what I'm going to tell you is what we found is that fish were stacked up vertically on that wall. And it appeared as if grass was growing out. But as I zoomed in a little bit, I should have showed you guys that, I could see heads and tails, which was fantastic because then I knew they were fish. You understand what I'm saying? Like, that was the best part about it. Oh, Scott, appreciate it, man. Appreciate that. Like I said, I didn't have even a clue what was there. I really didn't. But you know what we found? We found them fishes. Dude, something hit me. For those of you guys that didn't catch today's live fishing, something hit me hard enough. I thought I brought it in. I left it in the kitchen. But dude, it took that Z-Man right in half. That thing hit me like a ton, man. I'm going to say gar, dude, but I'm going to tell you right now, the way that thing hit, it engulfed it. I felt it on the line. If you can understand what I mean by that. I physically felt the fish on the line, as in he had the entire bait in his mouth. That's what I thought was so interesting about it. And then I know what you're thinking. You're like, if it was a gar, man, about to crack open a beer. Nice, Smiley. If it was a gar, it'll just bite right through the tail. Not with that Elastec. This is what I'm telling you. I mean, I know you guys see me with that Elastec, man. I'm stretching this stuff out for, 3 feet. I'm taking a 4.5-inch bait and stretching it out 3 feet, and it's not ripping. So if you're telling me that I took something as big as that 6-inch paddle tail, I mean, that thing's big, you guys. If you're telling me I took that 6-inch paddle tail and stretched that, now, granted, all right, just hear me out, you guys. I know I set a beast hook. Okay, and I know some of y'all might think my hook set's feminine, but I've been known to knock a couple pounds clean off a fish. See, the thing is, and I want you guys to know this, okay? I want to talk to you guys for 1 second. Hold on, let's do this. Here's what I want you guys to know. It's not that I target the dinks, okay? It's just those are like 3.5 pound bass that survive my hook set. And because they survive my hook set, it knocks pounds off these fish. Okay, pounds. So they're like actually a lot bigger up until the point when your boy sets the hook. Once I set the hook, man, these things all come in at like their lowest possible weight for their body and frame. And that's the reason why I'm the dink slayer. It's not that I only catch dinks. It's, hey, what's up, Wes? It's not that I only catch dinks, man. It's just I knock the weight off of them, guys. I'm sorry. Everybody welcome Wes. So I'm just kidding. All right, let's get back to it. All right, here we go. Boom. Boom. All right. So what we did, guys, and here was my plan. Now, you guys remember when I said I wanted to drift out of this hole, right? So I wanted to drift out of this hole, and I wanted to drift this bank right here. But looky here. We got a 10 to 6 drop. We found fish there as well, you guys. I missed several bites in this area. But what that I ended up doing is following this contour line here. See this transition? Look at this one, guys. 6 to 11. Now that's a tiny little distance. And you're going to notice that darker blue discoloration right there. That's showing deeper water. And then we rolled this whole corner right here. And then this is that other place that I couldn't find. And then right here we caught the last fish of the day and we rolled out. But nonetheless, so let's take a look at this lake, okay? Now, as you guys are seeing, there's a reason I didn't put in over here, all right? This looks like a lot of great area to fish, but like we saw today, There was no fish there. We didn't roll all the way around this area. That's the next adventure. But I went to where I thought we'd have the most success, which was going to be this shallow flat in this area here where we started the day, and then coming out into this big hole. I knew I wanted to do some offshore fishing. We're going to continue learning this offshore thing. Unfortunately, the water seemed to be a lot shallower than what they were showing me on this map. Now, there was somebody parked in this hole back here. Okay, so we couldn't get to that. And there was people parked all over these holes. But you guys remember me saying there was something I wanted to look at? So watch this, you guys. This is what I really wanted to look at. When we were down in this area right here, I noticed on my map that there is... Oh, hold on. Several little areas like this that show up here. Okay? And these are just little objects on the bottom. And that's kind of a big deal, man. And right here, this part right here on the Navionics update, and this one, I haven't updated this device yet, but this is actually a point that protrudes up like 4 foot. There's only 4 foot of water at the top, and it's no bigger than maybe 3 foot around. So there's just like a mud structure that sticks up over there, which I thought was pretty neat. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm thinking that we're... Okay, here we go. Boys and girls, I need you guys' help, man. I got to ask you a serious question here. Do we go back to Lake Beauclair, or do we can this one? Okay, I'll leave it to you guys. 1, if we make another trip to Lake Beauclair. 2, if we call Lake Beauclair as just Dinkfest 2023 and we don't roll back there. Okay, 1's a yes, 2's a no, guys. Go. No, not really a sandbar, Mark. It was literally just a little 3 foot, like a pylon, dude. It was weird. It was like somebody stacked some rocks there, like in one spot in the middle of a flat. Brandy said she likes this lake. Yeah, I'm with you guys. Hey, what's up, Rich? Sorry, man, I didn't say hi. I didn't even see you there. Yeah, Rich is good. Tracy said no. Tracy wants to go to a... Dean Kapowski, what's up, bud? Dean said no. Dean don't want to go neither. Double Dean. Double 2s for Dean. Dean wants to try a new lake. Triple 2s for Dean. All right, we get it. I get it. I think it's worth another day. Brandy. Dean says 3. He doesn't care. Fine, Dean. We've overruled you. No, I'm just kidding. I'm with you guys, man. Water temp. Oh, Rich. By the way, 79.6 today, and we got into 82 degrees. That was the only thing we didn't do, guys. Snuck in late. Yeah, that was the only thing we didn't do today was search by water temperature. And we should have done that. We should have done that. I think we had more success in the cooler water. But what was interesting, guys, and don't forget this, is that the sun is on the southern hemisphere of every lake that's in the northern hemisphere because the equator is the closest portion to the sun for the Earth, okay? So your southern portion of your lake is going to be a lot hotter. And that's what we ran in today. And it was about a 3.5 degree difference. And then, you know, shade and water, cover and stuff like that. All that stuff plays in. Depth plays in. But what I'm trying to get at is maybe next time we start on the north side of the lake, and instead of taking that left, let's make a right on the north side there. If our water temperatures are up like that, we're going to have to find some cooler water temperature areas. That's what we looked at today. There was 82 degrees and there was nothing over there as far as fish goes, except 10 Pounder's cousin. Shout out to 10 Pounder's cousin for letting me hook him up at the end of the day. But we did notice there was a 3-degree separation in water temperature between the north and the south side of the lake. I don't know if that had anything to do with it. I don't know. Should have maybe done that. Yeah, no, I know, Brandy. We got another one. Okeechobee is done for weeks. They just had a hippie music festival. What? Oh, my goodness. Move to another lake, but come back on another day. Jeff, I think that's a great idea. I really do. Guys, I was going to go live from Headwaters this weekend. Let Outlaw know not to waste his time in Okeechobee. Yeah, right? There's going to be hippies sleeping on your trailer. Guys, did you flip me off? Yes, David C. Did you notice it? Did you guys see my YouTube play button finger cut? Dude, that thing was, I got blood all over my shorts still, man. It was nasty. Hey, you guys want to see something cool? Check this out, man. I want to show you guys something. This is just something I wanted to show you guys a couple of weeks ago, and I didn't. But look at this, man. So my kid says, Dad, I drew you a picture. And I was thinking, you know how some kids draw pictures? You guys got kids that draw you pictures? Not gonna lie, you always tell your kids pictures are fantastic. You understand what I'm saying? Like that's something you always do. But my kid's been looking at Salvador Dali style paintings over the last couple of weeks. Sometimes he gets into that stuff. He just looks at stuff. He's a smart kid, right? So he says to me, I drew you a picture. Now I'm thinking, okay, yeah, that's cool, buddy. Great. You guys ready for this? Check this out, dude. Like, look how detailed that is, dude. It's got water. There's the fish ripples. There's the fishing pole bait. There's a palm tree. There's some grass over here in the background. I mean, is that not a fantastic picture or what, dude? Are you kidding me? Like, my kid's like, I drew you a picture. I'm thinking, buddy, that is fantastic, dude. How cool is that? He's like, yeah, I just did it in a few minutes at lunch. It's got water moving. I mean, absolutely. I mean, 9. Guys, he's 9. What do you do with that, man? But he's been, I've been lucky. I have an explorative kid. I've taken him 100 million different places. He just got done skiing. Like he's got it, man. He's got a good life. We talked about that today, guys. We talked about that today on the live, man, about life and stuff like that. So, it is what it is. I thought that was really, really cool though, man. My kid drew me a really cool picture. Hold on. Yeah, you're not kidding, Mark. I have no pain. Nope. Never going to happen, bud. I can't draw for anything. So that's totally not my side. I'm more of the engineering mechanical. But guess what? His math is on point, dude. So he's got to, he's going to be strong in that one. But if he has that artistic side as well, that's kind of cool, man. Yeah, of course, Wes. I'm going to let him do whatever he wants to do, okay? I'm not that dad. See, what's cool about me as a parent is I don't have to live vicariously through my kids. I have my own life. You understand what I'm saying? I do not need to be a Kardashian parent, or any, I don't know, dude. If my kid ends up wildly successful, fantastic, buddy. I am super proud of you. But at the same time, I don't expect him to be anything like me because my life experiences are totally different than what I hope he ever experiences. I hope he never goes through what I've been through. Not that anything that I've been through is, wrong. I've experienced a lot. But some things you can't not, unexperience, I should say. You know what I mean? It doesn't work like that, dude. So I don't wish everything I've ever done on him. Trust me on that one. But I do want to encourage whatever direction he goes. And he's a fantastic swimmer. So I am kind of pushing him into competition swimming in his school. They started it last year it started at 8 and he's 9 now. He's getting ready to be 10. So I'm going to tell you guys, and this is not me pushing him like, you will be a swimmer. No, I'm talking about like he's a fish, dude. And I mean on the real. Adults have trouble racing him in my pool. He is fast. His form is on point. I was a swimmer. I just wasn't tall enough. But if he's going to be tall, dude, he's going to be like the next Michael Phelps. Like, Buddy might be gunning on him. You know what I mean? Yeah, so, again, guys, back to the breaking down the lake. All right, here we go. So, I think next time, now, hear me out, guys, because I found another lake today. I really don't want to do Lake Dora, because Lake Dora is, like, really just flat and boring. I mean, look at this, guys. There's a very few places on Lake Dora that I want to fish. I know I've caught fish on Lake Dora, but I'm just not a fan. And then this is the problem, isolated danger buoy. Like, I don't want to even get into this stuff. You understand what I'm saying? I want to avoid lakes where I have to worry about stuff like that. We might be able to go to Lake Eustis. We're on Harris now, so maybe we'll take a trip, guys, and we'll do Griffin. You guys want to do the river. Maybe we'll do that, man. Maybe we'll come rocking down the river. We'll do the Ocklawaha River trip. We'll have to check signal because I think there's going to be a lot of areas out there where I'm going to lose signal. But if we can do the if we can get into Griffin and roll around Griffin, I'm thinking we should danger buoy. Why is there danger buoys when this says it's 13 foot and this is danger buoys? See, this lake's got a lot of walls to it, boys. Look at this. 20 foot to 12 to 6 to 12 to 20. Yeah, see, these are, ooh, what do we got here? Fishing facility, hump. Oh, boys. One in the chat if you want to go to Griffin. One in the chat. Hurry up. If you guys want to go to Griffin next, I think that would be super cool. How many lakes do I got, Beards? And it's funny you say that, David. I live in the second most lake-filled county in the U.S. Second most lake-filled county. It's called Lake County. I know. Imagine that, dude. Dude, I got water everywhere. Let's do a backup. Look at all these waters. Look at all the water. It's just water. Everything around me is water. Lakes and water and lakes and lakes and little lakes and big lakes and little lake. Here's Lake Apopka. Guys, we can roll out to Lake Apopka in like 35 minutes. Like, we're on a whole chain. We've got 11. Here's Yale Lake. He's 20 minutes away. I mean, guys, we're good. Like, we're good. I live right, like, almost in the middle of every one of these. Like, there should be a bridge to my house. Like, I'm just going to be honest with you. And people laugh about that all the time. Oh, everybody wants to go there. Okay. Scary. Mark said scary. No, I think that's where we're going. I think we're going to make a Lake Griffin trip. We'll test it out. We'll see how the signal works. That's what worries me. Like, the reason I like this other lake, here's AKA Lake and Bay. Amen, Rocky. I live 20 minutes from West Point. Oh, nice. Nice. I don't know where that is. I'm just being honest. No, I do. I'm kidding. Tracy, I'm just kidding. No, but on a serious note, man, I got lakes all over the place, dude. So I'm pretty excited. I think we might do that, man. I think we might take the Lake Griffin trip. I'll have to get an idea where am I going to look. I think we're going to look at that spot. I've already got that spot marked, just so we're clear on that one. I wouldn't miss that spot for the world. So we're going to make that trip. I think next Tuesday, guys, look for a Lake Griffin live stream if you guys aren't doing anything, man. I think that would be a lot of fun. What do you guys think? I'm telling you, man. The signal was great. That's where I'm at, Brandy. And that was my thing. It's like, like quality internet on that lake. You know what I mean? Like, the hotspot had no issues. I had full bars. And let me tell you something. Ever since Sprint sold out to T-Mobile, when they say they have full bars, that means you've got no bars. I'm just being honest. Robert, you're like 30 seconds. You're like 30 seconds on it. Good job, man. Yeah, I say we go to Griffin, man. I've heard people crushing it on Griffin. But see, here's the thing, and let me run this by you guys so we can talk about this, because this is how I look at it. Hold on. Let's get some music. Okay, so here's how I look at it, guys, and this is the issue. Here's the thing. We're never going to learn the fish's travel patterns on these lakes if we don't beat them. You understand? Like, today we went out and we hit my hot spots. We caught some fish. We had an idea of what was going on. Then we resorted to offshore. Don't know what bit us today, but I'm going to tell you we found some fish. The hard part today was just the wind, okay? But here's the thing. If we take a month, right, and we don't go back to that lake, guess what we've learned about those fish? We've learned nothing. Zero. Because right now we're in a transitioning from the bedding fish to back out to wherever these fish live. Whether it's shallow fish staying shallow, deep fish staying deep. Okay, we don't know that yet. We haven't found the fish's travel patterns. We haven't found their life patterns. So to like go to a lake, say, yeah, I'll never go back to that lake again, and then roll out, I'm just going to tell you, might not be the best idea. We might be in a situation where we up and go to Griffin and we have a Nillo day. or just a dink day like we did today, which means we really didn't learn anything about Griffin either. And that's kind of where I'm like, you know, boys, it's a tough call. You know what I mean? I really want to go try Griffin. I've heard people hit monsters there. If you jump around too much, you'll never learn one lake. No, you're absolutely right, Mark. That's my fear. With all the lakes around me, I want to find that little gem. I want to find that little lake that's just the one. You understand what I'm saying? Like that lake. And if I find that lake, you know, I'll call Buddy and be like, yo, I think I found this, because I can establish fish travel patterns, right? And once I establish what the fish are doing at certain times of the year, like my house lake, when I'm on Big Harris, dude, I just know stay in the channel. I really do. That's what I know. And 90% of the time that pays off for me, because it's just big. It's a lot of area. There's a lot to fish. There's a lot of different environments. There's a lot of different big holes. There's a lot of different fish transition areas. I know the fish transition areas. I have to figure out whether the fish are in transition areas or whether they're already on point or they're already on structure, because everything is limited in that area. So I can hit that. All private, all no spot, electric only. Oh, no kidding. All no sport. No kidding. Yeah, see, Mark, I got one lake. I went out to Smith Lake. That's a private lake a couple of weeks ago with my buddy Steve. I still got to put that video together so you guys can see it. Again, didn't learn any fish patterns. You know what I mean? First time out there. He's telling me what he's experienced on his last time out there, but bad news. The weather changed, the season changed, and fish weren't where fish were supposed to be. Now, granted, we caught a lot of fish, but I mean, it was Dink City and gar. Or pike, what they call Florida pike. Dinks and Florida pike. That's all I did all day long. And it was, it wasn't as much fun as I thought it was going to be, but I will tell you that I'm going to take another stab at that lake. Now, that was when we lost 3 cylinders. The boat didn't run good. I ended up on the trolling motor. I didn't really look around the lake. But this time, next time we go out there, I'm telling you right now, it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to put some work in on at Smith Lake again. I didn't even try to go live. I might try that one time out on Smith Lake. Again, this is all stuff I'm talking about. Right now, I'm wrapped up in like 3 different lakes. Between Headwaters, trying to learn I found a new spot on Headwaters while I was down there. Can't even show you guys that yet, because there's a whole story behind it. And if I don't tell you the whole story, then showing you the video wouldn't even be fair. I mean, that's the worst part about it. I'm kind of holding that one just so I can film it correctly. Again, it's always something. It's always something. Let it, Mark. I haven't bought a fish license in 40 years. Oh, my God. Yeah, because you're private, Mark. No. I hear you, man. I know exactly where you're coming from. Trip wasn't too bad. Trip wasn't too bad today, man. I kind of had a good time. It was good to get off the lake a little bit, get off a home lake. I figured I'd let you guys know. I do want to travel around. I do want to find some different lakes. I think we might try Griffin. If we end up having like a decent day at Griffin, we'll stay on Griffin a couple of times, okay? If we end up having like the same day we had on Griffin that we have on this lake tomorrow, next time we go, we'll just go back to the other lake. Because if we run into like loading and loading and dropping streams and in and out, buddy, I'll be all set on that. You know what I mean? We'll go out there a different time, and if it ends up being fire, I'll just do a film it and we'll have a talk about the video when, like a director's cut again. But we won't get into that whole nonsense. I'm not going to try to load 15 different lives. I only did 2 today because the phone was going dead and I can't do the mic and the phone at the same time because the charger. We talked about that today in the live stream if you were there. But a lot of you guys were, and I do appreciate that, man. That video is getting a lot of looks right now, so that was kind of neat. But other than that, man, look for next week. We're going to talk about Lake Griffin. We're going to go on a live adventure on Griffin next week. We're going to do the unveiling of the YouTube play button. I'm really stoked about that. What else are we going to have? We might have some live. We might have some live, not live, but mega imaging uploaded too. We're going to try that. It's just so much to do, you guys. So much to do and just so little time. I still have to do laundry. I still have to take a shower. I mean, I've been rock starring it up, man. I've been at work this morning. Got in and did my whole day. Rolled out, did some fishing. That was fun. That was a lot of fun. But nonetheless, guys, I appreciate you guys hanging out, man. I appreciate everybody that threw a donation. I missed one. So before we go, let me do this real quick because I feel kind of bad, man. I feel kind of bad. Buddy threw something over there, and I didn't even get a chance to make it play. So we're gonna get into that. We're gonna go back over here. We're gonna let this happen for Buddy. All right, hold on. We're connecting, and there we go. Let's get this done. We're doing it live. Boom. Oh, look at that. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Pam Wonderland smashing it with a $20. Fishing karaoke can't beat it. Cash for gas. Singing required.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure. You know you got songs coming, Pam. I got to get a playlist together, you guys. Like, we need to do a playlist. You guys, we got to come up with some songs that we're gonna sing while we're out there. I'm thinking what I might do is just put, like, one earplug in and just have my music going, but that wouldn't be fair because I'm like trying to do it by memory. But I did have a good time today. I think you guys did too. I think all of us had a really super awesome time because that was a downright blast today. That really was, you guys. I had a ton of fun, and I hope you guys did too. Really hope you guys did too because I tried. It was tough, man. It was a rough one. You know what I'm saying? We were out there struggling. We were getting it in the wind, and boys and girls, we made it happen. We made it happen. So I appreciate it, you guys. Thank you very much, by the way. Those of you that hooked it up, man, you didn't have to, but it is greatly appreciated because that puts another fishing trip on it. You know what I'm saying? For sure. See, for me, like I'm 15 minutes from 27 boat ramps, 27 different lakes within 15 minutes. So, yeah, you know what I mean? I can run it. We can explore all kinds of different lakes. Now, the signal is going to be the issue. Whether you guys can come with me or not, that's the part that sucks because it was the Happy Fish Dance, Pam. Yeah, you guys remember that from the, what was that? That was the Urban Warfare video. That was that giant peacock, dude. That was the best. What a fantastic adventure that was. If you guys haven't checked that adventure out, man. For those of you new and all those new subscribers, and thank you very much for all the support that you guys give me, for the time that you guys give me, and allowing me to hang out with you guys while you guys hang out with me. So that's kind of neat. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of neat. I enjoy it. And like I said, I hope you guys enjoy it too because it means a lot to me. Thanks, guys. Oh, we already did that one. All right, let's do one more, guys. Let's do one more tune. We'll all hang out together. We had a great time today. Hope you guys had a great time today. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I hope you enjoyed the time out today on the lake. Glad the Pearl ran. Everything just worked out today, man. Didn't catch a lot of fish, but we went fishing. And the boat started. Oh, yeah, you guys, I told you the story. I sat on the, oh my God. That's just a whole nother adventure. I got to do something with that. But I wear it. You understand what I'm saying? Like I put in the safety shutoff clip. I put it on. And I think it's important. You know, it's safe. You have to be safe when you're out boating. You know what I'm saying? So I put it on. But the problem is I get up every time. Right after I put it on, I'm like, yeah, let me put this thing on. Oh, wait, I got to grab this. And it just comes right off. You don't even hear it. You don't even realize it. And then I sit down and just crank on this thing. Meanwhile, if I just look down, I'd notice that the little thing is not on there. And I don't. And it's terrible. It was a pretty great day. Thanks, Tracy. I enjoyed it, man. You know what I mean? Like, it worked out. We had sang some songs, and we laughed, and we saw boater dicks. You know what I mean? People, the whole lake, dude, there was nobody on the whole lake, and this guy's like 15 feet from me, driving by in his little truck, or his little boat. I was so mad. Yeah, Randy. And did you guys like the sunset on the ride back? That was a beautiful sunset, man. It was an absolutely beautiful sunset. Just a neat trip. What a neat lake. And see, that's what I mean. I want to take you guys to different lakes, man. I want to go to different lakes, you know. I want to explore a little bit. Now that the Pearls made one big long trip, little short trips, I don't need, you know, I'm not even worried about them. Not even nervous. You understand what I'm saying? Not even nervous about that. None. I'm ready. Let's do this. You know what I mean? Let's make this happen. So, without further ado, you guys, next week, don't forget, A lot of stuff. We got to talk about it because it's going to get interesting. But first, we got to survive this week. So, guys, do not forget. It's been real. It's been fun. We'll see you guys on the next one. See ya!